Welcome to T1 Academy. So here in Ikshvakus, the next character we have to see is Yehuvala Shantamula. Yehuvala Shantamula, third ruler in this dynasty. Yehuvala Shantamula. Yehuvala Shantamula, he was the third one in this. Yehuvala Shantamula, he was son of Purusha Datta. He was son of Purusha Datta. He was very secular in nature. During this period, what happened? Temple architecture that developed according to Vastu. Previously, temples were not established based on Vastu, but from the period of this one, temple architecture that all developed according to Vastu. Yehuvala Shantamula, he was very secular in nature. He was very secular. He was very secular in nature like that. In the period of this one, Jainism, Buddhism, Hinduism, all these developed. In the period, in his period, Jainism that continued. Jainism that existed. Buddhism that also existed. Buddhism and Hinduism all continued. Hinduism all continued. Okay, all existed. Okay, all existed and continued. He was very secular. Then in the period of this one only what happened? Temple architecture. Previously his father started Pushpa Bhadraswamy temple. Pushpa Bhadraswamy temple is a Shiva temple that is completed by this Yehuvala Shantamula. He completed Pushpa Bhadraswamy temple. This Pushpa Bhadraswamy temple. This Pushpa Bhadraswamy temple. Okay, so that is a Shiva temple that was completed by this one. Shiva temple. This temple is a Shiva temple that was completed by, so this Yehuvala Shantamula, like that it was said. Many temples they were so completed in this period, especially in his period. His commander was Elisri. He established Ashtabhuja Narayana Swami temple. Elisri established Ashtabhuja Narayana Swami temple. Narayana Swami temple that was established in the period of this one. This Ashtabhuja Narayana Swami temple is Vishnu temple. This is Vishnu temple, like that it was said. This one is Vishnu temple. Okay, it indicates that Saivism that was there and Vaishnavism also existed in the period of this one. Saivism, people who worship Lord Shiva, they are called Saivites, Saivite monks later came. Okay, Saivite monks, they are called this Nayanars, 63 number, and Alvars there, so they belong to Vaishnavism, like that. So here, so Ashtabhuja Narayana Swami temple that was also developed like that, we can say. Then, not only this, okay, Navabrahma temples they were also developed. Navabrahma temple, that was also Hariti temple. So, goddess of children, Hariti. This Hariti temple, that is goddess of children, like that it was said. Hariti temple that was established. Okay, so Navagraha temples they were also established. Kubera temple that was developed. Kubera temple that was also developed in the period of, so this one, Kubera temple. Okay, like that number of temples came into force. Mainly temple architecture that developed especially according to Vastu. Okay, temple architecture that developed according to Vastu. So these temples were established according to Vastu. Temples were established having the sense according to Vastu. Okay, according to Vastu only, this temple architecture that developed. Vastu. Okay, previously it was not like that. Suppose if you see Shatavahana's period, Chittur district Gudimallam, oldest temple, that Shiva temple that existed, it was not built according to Vastu, but later in modern period, according to Vastu only, that was developed. Because when devotees, they started moving to that temple, Automatically they expanded the things, and according to Vastu only, that was all established by using all the stones, etc. Right, like that. So temples were established according to Vastu. First they used to establish Garbhagriha. So this Garbhagriha we are calling where the statue is kept. Garbhagriha. Some gap is given and they used to establish Antaralam. Antaralam, that was established. After that they gave some gap and Mandapam was established. Mandapam. Okay, Mandapam. Devotees, they will stand there in Mandapam. And after that Dvajastambham, that was established. Dvajastambham, that was also established by them. Then Balipeetam was established. Balipeetam, like that. So here, according to Vastu only, what happened? They established all this like that, it was said. Okay, first one Garbhagriha we can say, second one Antaralam, then Mandapam, Dvajastambham, like that Balipeetam, all these were systematically established in this period, that all continued well. So temple architecture that developed in the period of Yehuvala Shantamula, that you have to remember. Yehuvala Shantamula's period, so that went well. He was very secular in nature, like that it was said, and he was also a good administrator. Like father, he also continued the same activities. But temple architecture that went well. Jainism that also continued, Buddhism also continued in the period of this one, right? So after him only, the last ruler who came to power was Rudra Purusha Datta, the fourth one in this dynasty. Rudra Purusha Datta. Rudra Purusha Datta was the fourth one and the last one in this dynasty. Even though he was capable of doing things, but circumstances so did not cooperate. Circumstances did not cooperate this man to administer things well. He was capable, but circumstances also must be good. Okay, then only it is possible to continue. Otherwise, it is not possible. So like that Rudra Purusha Datta's period, he wanted to bring back past glory too. So this Ikshvaku dynasty, whatever the things previously, Veera Purusha Datta's period, Yehuvala days, so Shantamula once period, things went well. He wanted to bring back those conditions, but what happened? So he didn't. Okay. So like that Rudra Purusha Datta was the last ruler in this dynasty. He was the last ruler in this dynasty. In this dynasty, according to inscriptions, it is according to what in the sense? According to inscriptions. According to inscriptions. According to what in the sense? According to inscriptions only. Last ruler in this dynasty according to inscriptions. So that is Rudra Purusha Datta. Because inscription said that there are only 4 rulers. Okay, there are only how many rulers? 4 rulers. They are there like that, it said. That's why Rudra Purusha Datta was the last ruler. At last what happened? He was defeated in the hands of Pallava ruler, so Simhavarma. Okay, he was defeated in the hands of, he was defeated in the hands of Pallava ruler Simhavarma. In the hands of Pallava ruler Simhavarma. With that only this dynasty, so that was ended. Okay, this dynasty, what happened, that came to end. Coming to the administration, like Shatavahanas, so they divided the kingdom into state Rashtra. Rashtradipati was the head, otherwise Amatya or Mahamatya, like that they used to call. Okay, coming to the, so there is especially, so the administration, if you see, so this Ikshvakus, Shatavahanas in their ruling style, so they divided the kingdom into states. State is called Rashtra. This state is called Rashtra, like that it was said. Rashtra. So then Vishaya, like that they also. Then last one Grama. So like that. So there were the divisions in the administration. Rashtra, Vishaya. Otherwise Vishaya, that is also Pranta, like that they called. Got idea? So like that. So things what happened in the sense went well in the period of, so this one. Okay. So all these things went on well. So then we can see, so there is Rastram, Grama, mainly what happened, Rashtra. Rashtra that was headed by Amatya, otherwise Rashtradipati. Okay, or we can say, so there is, so first unit in the administration, first division we can say. So last one in the administration is Gramam, last unit in the administration. This is the last unit in the administration, that is administration, like that it was said. Last unit in the administration, that is Gramam. Rashtra, that is a state. Rashtra indicates a state, we can say. State is headed by Rashtradipati, otherwise Amatyas, Mahamatyas, different names are there to this one. Then judiciary, that also existed well in this period. Dharmasanas, judiciary that is called Dharmasanas. Judges, same name they continued. Okay, Dharmasanas, like that they used to call. Dharmasanas. Dharmasanas, like that it was all said. Okay, so then to assist the king, officers they existed in every department, especially because it is not possible for the king to administer each and everything, that's why. So there must be some attendants or assistants, they are called officers. So then officers, they were extending cooperation. So previously what happened, so there's Nakarams, we can say, Nakaram. So Nakaram in the sense one of the guilds, like that. So some officers. Otherwise, so here, so this Gahapatas we can say. So these officers are called Gahapatas. Gahapatas, like that it was said. Tax system almost one and the same, we can say. Tax system, that is one and the same. So Bali Bhaga, Bhaga or Deyameya, that is the tax collected by these people also. Bhaga, we can say, otherwise it was also called Deyameya. Bhaga or Deyameya. Same coins they existed in the period of this one. Suvarna is a gold coin, Karshapana is a silver coin. Same coins. If you see the coins also, Satavahana's period, whatever the coins existed, one is Suvarna and one is Karshapana. Suvarna, Karshapana, they were the coins. Suvarna is a gold coin, Karshapana, that is silver coin, they continued. So taxes, Bhaga, otherwise Deyameya. Like that we can say. Bhaga we can say, otherwise that is also called Deyameya. Then military system, so that also continued well. Military system, if you see, so military, good military that existed, Chaturanga Bala that continued, even in this period also, like that we can say. So military force, if you see, okay, so military forces, 4 forces they existed in the military. 4 forces, we can say. One is, so infantry, cavalry, elephantry, chariots. But chariots did not play that much important role. Elephantry also did not play that much important role, right? So 4 forces they existed in this. Permanent army that was called Katakam. Permanent army that was called Katakam. Temporary army that was called Skandavara. So the same names they continued. Then Viragal Puja, just now we have seen. Viragal Puja indicates the soldiers, when they die in the battlefield, the tombs are established to them and started worshipping the tombs. వీళ్ళు ఏం చేశారంటే వీరగల్ పూజ అన్నప్పుడు మరి యుద్ధంలో మరణించిన వారికి సమాధులు కట్టి మరి పూజించే పద్ధతిని వీరగల్ పూజ అని చెప్పేసి అన్నారు. ఇది వీళ్ళ కాలంలోనే కొనసాగింది. వీరగల్ పూజ. సో దిస్ కంటిన్యూడ్ ఇన్ ద పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ వన్. వీరగల్ ట్రెడిషన్ అన్నారు, లేదా వీరగల్ పూజ అని చెప్పేసి పేర్కొన్నట్లుగా తెలుస్తుంది. ఇలా మరి ఆల్ దీస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ థింగ్స్ వెంట్ వెల్ ఇన్ ద పీరియడ్ ఆఫ్ దిస్ ఇక్ష్వాకు డైనాసిటీ పీరియడ్లోనే ఇవన్నీ అని చెప్పేసి అంటున్నాం. మరి ఎకనమిక్ కండిషన్స్లో అగ్రికల్చర్ ఉంది, అదే రకంగా ట్రేడ్ అండ్ కామర్స్ ఉంది. అగ్రికల్చర్ దట్ వెంట్ వెల్. అగ్రికల్చర్ అనేది ఆటోమేటికలీ వెంట్ వెల్. 1/6 ట్యాక్స్ దట్ ఆల్సో కలెక్టెడ్. సో అగ్రికల్చర్ దట్ ఈస్ ద మెయిన్ సోర్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్కమ్. దట్ ఈస్ ద మెయిన్ సోర్స్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్కమ్, దట్ ఈస్ అగ్రికల్చర్ అని చెప్పేసి అన్నాం. ఆల్ క్రాప్స్ ఆర్ నోన్ టు దీస్ పీపుల్. అన్ని క్రాప్స్ కూడా తెలుసు అని చెప్పి తెలుస్తుంది. అగ్రికల్చర్ అనేది బాగా డెవలప్ అయింది. ఓకే, సో దెన్ ట్రేడ్ అండ్ కామర్స్ ఆల్సో డెవలప్డ్ అని చెప్పేసి అన్నాం. 1/6 ట్యాక్స్ను పే చేసేవాళ్ళు. హౌ మచ్ ట్యాక్స్ వాస్ పెయిడ్ మీన్స్ 1/6 ట్యాక్స్. ట్రేడ్ అండ్ కామర్స్ దట్ ఈస్ క్యారీడ్ ఆన్ విత్ రోమ్, జావా, మలయా, సుమత్రా. అయితే రోమ్తో కొంత వ్యాపారాలు తగ్గడం జరిగింది. రోమ్తో ఏమైందంటే ట్రేడ్ అండ్ కామర్స్ దట్ ఈస్ డిక్లైన్డ్ ఎ లిటిల్ బిట్. Rome, with Rome what happened? A little bit declined. లిటిల్ బిట్ డిక్లైన్డ్ అని చెప్పేసి అన్నాం, కానీ కొనసాగడం అనేది జరిగింది. రోమ్తో కొనసాగింది. జావా, మలయా, సుమత్ర, జావా, మలయా, సుమత్ర అండ్ శ్రీలంకన్ ఐలాండ్స్ అండ్ శ్రీలంక అని చెప్పేసి అన్నాం. ఈ దేశాలతో కూడా వర్తక వ్యాపారాలు చేశారు. ద కాయిన్స్ ఆఫ్ దీస్ రోమన్ కాయిన్స్ దే ఆర్ కాల్డ్ దీనార మాషకాస్. రోమన్ కాయిన్స్ వర్ కాల్డ్ డ్యూరింగ్ దట్ టైమ్. These Roman coins are called how in the sense they are called dinara mashakas. These dinara mashakas, they are found at Nagarjunakonda, Amaravati regions. These Roman coins were found at dinara mashakas were found at Nagarjunakonda and Amaravati regions. Okay, dinara mashakas. Roman gold coins were called Roman gold coins were called okay, Roman gold coins were called dinara mashakas. Okay, found okay, so there is found at Nagarjunakonda region, Amaravati region. Found at Nagarjunakonda and Amaravati regions, like that it was said. Nagarjunakonda and Amaravati regions. Amaravati regions only they were found, like that it was said. Nagarjunakonda and Amaravati regions. These dinara mashakas they were found. Dinara mashakas they are the, so these Roman gold coins we can say. Trade and commerce continued with them. They exported spices, okay, cotton cloth that was exported by them, gems and jewelry that also exported by these people, spices. What are the exports of these people? If you see the exports of these people, exports of these people, if you see, spices were exported by them, spices, cotton cloth that was also exported, by them, like that it was said. And gems and jewelry, they were also exported by them, gems and jewelry. Okay, so there is gems and jewelry we can say. All these were. Then coming to imports, if we see, what imports are there in the period of, so this one imports, we see the imports, gold and silver that was imported by these people. One is gold and one is silver. Gold and silver that was imported by these people. Okay, so like that, anyhow, Ikshvakus period went well. Coming to agriculture, all crops are known to these people. So all the crops they are known to these people, like that it was as said. Okay, coconuts are abundantly produced by them. At the same time, paddy, wheat, barley, all these crops are known to these people. They domesticated all the animals, cattle. So cattle wealth that also existed. So in every aspect what happened, Ikshvakus period so went well, like that we can say. The period of Ikshvakus. Okay, language and literature. So Prakrit language developed and Sanskrit also existed. So like that it was said. Prakrit language that continued. Prakrit language that continued. So this Prakrit language that continued. At the same time, Sanskrit also entered. Sanskrit also existed. This Sanskrit also existed. Okay, Sanskrit also. We can argue that Prakrit developed under the reason because epigraphs were written in Prakrit language only. Sanskrit overtook Prakrit as royal language in 4th century AD. So there is, so like this, all these important things went well in the period of this Ikshvaku dynasty, like that we can say. Ikshvaku dynasty period, if you see, so all these things they happened. So the exports they are good, imports they are good, and coming to conditions, if you see, social conditions, so people are happy. Chaturvarna system that existed. In this Chaturvarna, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra, Brahmin community people, they thought themselves they are superior, they are completely superior in the society, like that. they people, they thought. Anyhow, so the Sanskrit that was spoken by them, Prakrit also used it to. So there's spoken by them like that, we can say. Right, all these important things, if we see that, okay, if we see that things went well in the period of, okay, this one, Junagadh inscription given by Rudradama. So this Rudradama did not belong to Ikshvakus. Okay, Rudradama, so this belonged to, this Rudradama belonged to, this one belonged, okay, Sakas, we can say, belonged to Sakas. Okay, he belongs to Sakas, Kardamaka dynasty. Kardamaka dynasty. Belonged to which dynasty? Kardamaka dynasty, like that. He was the first one in India to give Sanskrit inscription, that is Junagadh. This Junagadh inscription is also called Girnar. Junagadh inscription. Or Junagadh, like that we can say. This Junagadh or Junagadh inscription, so is the first Sanskrit inscription. First Sanskrit inscription, like that it was said. Which is the first Sanskrit inscription that you have to. Suppose if, which is the first Telugu inscription, then you can say that Kalamalla. Kalamalla that was given by Renoti Choda's ruler Dhanunjaya Varma. So that is the first Telugu inscription. First Telugu newspaper, Satyaduta, Ballari Christian Missionary Association published that newspaper. You have to remember, first. Okay, first Telugu newspaper, Satyaduta. First Telugu inscription, Kalamalla. Kalamalla is the first Telugu inscription, like that. So we can say, right? But Junagadh inscription is the first Sanskrit inscription in India. This Junagadh is also called Girnar. Okay, it is also called how? Girnar. Ikshvakus were the first royals to have revived Sanskrit. Sanskrit also developed in the period of this one. Like this, Ikshvakus period, what happened? Went well, like that we can say. Two more Srenis joined this one. Mainly we have to remember what is meant by Viragal Puja. Viragal Puja indicates what in the sense? Viragal Puja says that, okay, to the dead soldiers they used to establish tombs. And they used to worship the tombs of dead soldiers. That is Viragal Puja. Okay, like that. That's all important one you have to remember. Okay, then writings of, so this Buddhist masters, Buddha Gosha, okay, so Bhaviveka, Aryadeva, Dharmakirti, so all these wrote books. Chulla Vagga Vishuddhi Maga, they were the books written by this one, Buddha Gosha. Buddha Gosha belonged to Guntur district, Namalipuri, and he went to Sri Lanka, learned so many things. He learned so many things, like that it was said. Buddha Gosha wrote the book, okay, Chulla Vagga Vishuddhi Maga, Chulla Vagga and Vishuddhi Maga. Vishuddhi. Chulla Vagga and Vishuddhi Maga, we can say. Bhaviveka was also one of the important one. Aryadeva, Dharmakirti was the last one. So who propagated Buddhism? So in India, Dharmakirti was the last one to propagate Buddhism. Okay, so like that things went well in the period of this one, that you have to remember. Position of woman, it went well. Okay, position of woman, what happened? Because they used to get the titles, even woman, so this commander's wife or so noble class, especially Amatya, Mahamatya, like that. The woman used to participate in all activities and they also got titles. Okay, Maha Bhojaki. Maha, so there is Bhojaki, like that. Woman's condition, that went well, like that it was said. Okay. So there is the Shantisri, Upasika Buddhisri already I have seen. Rudra Bhattarika. Okay. So there is Kodabali Shiri, all these. Rudra Bhattarika, she was the wife of Veera Purusha Datta, Rudra Bhattarika. Kodabali Siri. Kodabali Shiri is daughter of Veera Purusha Datta. Kodabali Shiri also contributed money for Buddhism. Kodabali Shiri. So this Kodabali Shiri, daughter of daughter of Veera Purusha Datta, Veera Purusha Datta, like that it was said. Rudra Bhattarika, wife of, so we know Ikshvaku dynasty, greatest ruler. Upasika Bodhisri, this Upasika Bodhisri, what happened? Lived in the court of Upasika Bodhisri, not lived. She was the richest woman lived during the period of Veera Purusha Datta. Upasika Bodhisri was daughter of a rich merchant Revanta. Revanta belonged to Amaravati. Then this woman established many chaityas, viharas and mandapas, etc. in Nagarjunakonda, Chuladhammagiri. Name of the place is Chuladhammagiri. And at many other places also she established chaityas and viharas. Upasika Bodhisri. Santisri. This Santisri, she was aunt of this Veera Purusha Datta, so sister of Shantamula 1. Sister of Shantamula 1. Shantamula. Sister of Shantamula 1, like that it was said. He had two sisters, Shantamula 1. One is Shantisri and one is Harmyasri. These two are the sisters of this one that you have to remember. Then Upasika Bodhisri, already we know. Upasika Bodhisri, what happened? She was daughter-in-law of Bodhi Sharma. Who was Bodhi Sharma? Bodhi Sharma worked in the court of Veera Purusha Datta. Like this. So all these important points you have to remember in this. Okay, Shaiva and Vaishnava faith they continued. Already we know temple structure that came according to Vastu. According to Vastu only, temple architecture that developed, like that it was said. Shaivism that continued, Vaishnavism also continued in this period. Already I told you, Shaivism indicates people who starts worshipping Lord Shiva, they are called Shaivites. People who starts worshipping Lord Vishnu, they are called Vaishnavite. So, but Tikkana said that both are. Okay. Shivayam Vishnuvaya. Okay. So, there is, so especially Shiva and Vishnu not different, like that it was said. Okay. Like that. So, there is temple structures they developed, I told you, according to Vastu only. Nodakeshwara temple, that is also one. Hariti temple, Pushpabhadra Swami temple, Kumara Swami temple that was established by first ruler only. So there is Nodakeshwara temple, that is also a temple. Hariti temple, that is one. Pushpabhadra Swami temple. Pushpabhadra Swami temple, that is Shiva temple. That is Shiva temple. Pushpabhadra Swami temple is a Shiva temple, like that it was said. So this Pushpabhadra Swami, Hariti temple, goddess of children. Hariti temple, okay, goddess of children, like that it was said. Goddess of children. Goddess of children, like that it was said. Okay. So then Pushpabhadra temple. Pushpabhadra Swami temple is a Shiva temple. It is a so Shiva temple. Pushpabhadra Swami temple. That is Shiva temple. So like that. So Kumara Swami temple. All these temples they were established in the period of. So these people, like that it was said. So then Viragal tradition that continued, Buddhism, Jainism, sculpture, all were under the same. Mandata statue I told you. So Viragal tradition indicates whenever soldiers die, automatically what happened? So the tombs were established and they worshipped the tombs. That is so called Viragal Puja. Buddhism, golden age for Buddhism we are calling. Golden age. Golden age for Buddhism. Golden age for Buddhism, like that it was said. Golden age for Buddhism. Viragal tradition, worshipping tombs of dead soldiers. Worshipping the tombs. Worshipping the tombs of dead soldiers. That is called Viragal Puja. Jainism continued, sculpture. So this sculpture did not develop that much. Only few architectures. Pushpabhadra Swami temple, Astabhaja Narayana Swami temple, Nodakeshwara temple, Hariti temple, like that, few only. Mandata sculpture, that was found there at Jagayapeta, you know well. It was found. It said about the qualities of a king. It said about the qualities of a king, like that we can see. So like this, all these important points you have to remember. So in this especially Ikshvaku dynasty. So how many questions we are going to get from Ikshvakus? Previously, whose period is called Golden Age? So this Buddhism question that was asked, it is in the period of Veera Purusha Datta only. So this especially Mudupustupa system entered in the period of Veera Purusha Datta, otherwise sometimes Ikshvakus like that. It was given. Answer is given as Ikshvaku dynasty, Nalamba dynasty. So Pallava dynasty, like the dynasties, they are asked. That's why you have to remember. So all these important points in this one. Okay. So Ikshvakus, sometimes one question may be asked, sometimes two questions also asked from this topic. So anyhow, we can expect two questions from this Ikshvaku dynasty, right? Thank you.